Texas League Baseball is next. And a good afternoon, everybody. We welcome you to Tuesday afternoon baseball. And now here is the star of the show, the one, the only, John Baker. Well, thank you, Bob, and hello, everybody. We welcome you. Well, should I say it is Wednesday, but yeah, okay. We'll think it's a Tuesday, but evidently that was yesterday. Well, anyway, happy Wednesday, everybody. We welcome you to this doubleheader live stream, as it'll be the first and second of the 6-game set between the visiting Amarillo Sod Poodles and your San Antonio Missions. Well, today we'll have 2 7-inning contests following in a 30-minute rest period in between both games. And so far, pretty good on that. Series continues tomorrow evening for Flying Chanclas taking on the Sod Poodles. And we'll have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as we get ready to wrap up our last ever meetup games against the Amarillo Sod Poodles. Well, anyway, we are 4 weeks left of this regular season. Our final 4 teams of the remaining season is Amarillo, Frisco, Corpus Christi, and Springfield. And so far, pretty good on that. Well, anyway, joined in the booth by my partner, Bob. And yeah, Bob, good to see you again, buddy.
Yeah, good to see you too.
What a day it was yesterday. We had the tarp on the field. Boy, it was coming down rain here at the ballpark. And yes, field was unplayable. And so far, we had to postpone our game. And so far, we are pretty much about ready to go here at 4 o'clock this afternoon. It is 3:45 as we're getting this broadcast ready to go for our first of a doubleheader here today. So far, we are playing 7 innings for both games here. And so far, we're just happy about that. Well, anyway, we got Tulsa and Northwest Arkansas going at it, except they are in a weather delay. I think they're getting some pretty wicked thunderstorms. And so far, we got Frisco and Corpus Christi set to go later on. Springfield and Arkansas and Wichita at Midland. And so far, pretty good on that as well.
Yeah, you say so far a lot of times, but, well, that's okay.
Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, we're about set to go for this first of a doubleheader here today. And this one is brought to you in part by West Creek Trail Rides. Join us Tuesday through Sunday, as we'll have horseback riding and just a lot of fun things. But don't forget, Friday night is also a sneak preview of the new series coming up, Picani, as he will have his own TV show. And yes, we are going for a 26-episode season. And with our renewed second season coming next year, in 2026, that would also be good. But anyway, catch the series premiere sneak peek starting Friday night at 6:30. And don't miss our 2 episodes next Friday at 6:30 and 7 o'clock on the dot. But evidently, we'll be in Frisco while those episodes premiere, but you could catch those every Friday night. New episode will drop, and gotta say it's going to be a pretty good one. Well, anyway, we got partly cloudy skies, temperature at 101 degrees as we get the broadcast started. And so far for the first 6 games and probably the last of this year against Amarillo, the Diamondbacks organization taking on the Padres, which that is pretty good. Well, anyway, we're set to go momentarily with the first pitch coming up at 4 o'clock right here on Texas League Baseball. Don't forget also our other proud sponsors is San Antonio Stock Show Rodeo. You can visit their website for information about their 2026 packages on the rodeo season in February. Well, anyway, we're about set to go, and so far we're welcoming West Creek Trail Rides, the San Antonio Stock Show Rodeo, Henry's Puffy Tacos, and many more proud sponsors. And even Whataburger served hot and fresh, and a couple weeks ago we celebrated 75 years of wonderful service, from double meat cheeseburgers, which anytime the Missions get a double play, or even a ground double, well, that is a 2 free tacos courtesy of Taco Bell, but any Mission player that hits a double and gets to second base safely gets that double meat cheeseburger courtesy of Whataburger. Your choice of medium onion ring or a fry, or choice of your favorite drink. And Dr. Pepper Fridays is always a $2 specialty drink, which we have Flying Chanclas and $2 Dr. Pepper, which that's pretty good. Well, anyway, this series will continue till Sunday evening, and after this one, we're down to our last homestand for this regular year, and by golly, it's been a great, wonderful summer as we celebrated baseball, and a great series thus far. But San Antonio doing really well. First place still hanging on for dear life, and the Frisco Rough Riders, they are right behind them. But evidently, we'll go ahead and pull up your stats for both of these teams here in our broadcast today. The Amarillo Sod Poodles at 58-55, San Antonio at 64-49. And so far, pretty good for these two ball clubs here today. But anyway, we got playoff rounds after our last game up in Springfield, which that will be a 1 o'clock game on the last day of the regular season. 6 teams will be eliminated. Don't forget about that, because at the end it will be the teams in 3rd, 4th, and 5th places that will be eliminated from both the South and North Division. And so far, it will be the Final 4 right after that. Also, for the college football fans, don't forget that college football will start by next week. And everybody is super excited, like Texas A&M Aggies, Oklahoma University, the Florida Gators, everybody else that's a college football team and stuff, like the University of San Antonio, which that is also another great football favorite. And so far, they proud represent the city of San Antonio, and got to say, pretty good on that. Well, anyway, we're going to take you downstairs, and we got a pretty good broadcast for you here today as we have our first 2 games of 6 against the Amarillo Sod Poodles. It is a partly cloudy day. We've seen the rain, and so far we pretty much got a lot more in our forecast. They're saying tomorrow, sometime tomorrow. But anyway, we'll keep our eyes and ears on the weather forecast and Weather Channel as well. Well, leading off the guy on the mound is Omar Cruz, a left-hander. As he comes in, he's got a 4-seam curveball, changeup, and a 2-seam fastball. Here in game 1 as he leads it off.
The second baseman, Manuel.
The second baseman is Manuel Pena as we're ready to go. Get this homestand started. Here's the first pitch, the windup, and away we go at 4:05. right there on the dot. First one is in for the called strike, and it's 0-1. Fans are coming in. And remember, if your game was rained out yesterday and you had a ticket, bring that ticket in, exchange it for today a ticket, and get 2 games for the price of that 1 ticket, which that's pretty good. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Got him. Acuna threw down the first to Castañon, and he's got him for the out.
The shortstop, Tommy Troy.
The shortstop is Tommy Troy. And the windup and the pitch, that's down in the changeup. The count now at 0-1. Amarillo wearing their road grays. It's the last homestand. We had the Springfield Cardinals here in that last time around. Ground ball to shortstop DeVries. Passes it to Castañon, and there's 2 down. So it could be a productive 1-2-3 inning. And that'll bring up the 3rd batter in the order, Jackson Feltner. As he will also come in. Remember, this is a 7-inning contest with 30 minutes in between to have a rest period. And also, that is up to center field for the out, plus another 7 to continue the doubleheader. No runs, hits, and errors, and nobody left on for the top of the 1st inning. We're scoreless as we head to the bottom of inning number 1. San Antonio coming to bat right after this. This proud broadcast is brought to you in part by West Creek Trail Rides. For more information, give Lona a call at 210-616-6585 to book your reservation online. That is 210-616-6585 to book your reservation. Yeah, you almost forgot the phone number there, Bob, but that's okay. Well, anyway, we lead off the bottom half of the 1st inning for San Antonio, but we'll get things started as Dylan Ray, a right-hander, will get on the mound for Amarillo. The 4-seam slider, changeup, and a 2-seam fastball will get started here for us as we get going for the bottom of 1 for the Missions.
Leading up for
Well, the left fielder is Albert Fabian as he gets ready to go here for the San Antonio Missions. And the pitch, that is right there, ground ball. What a great stop. He's going to pass to the pitcher. Got him, and that's the out. Boy, and that second baseman, or should I say the first baseman, passes to the pitcher for the support. And that is 1 down. Here's the catcher, Francisco Acuna, as that's an inside strike, and it's the count now 0-1. So far, Tulsa and Northwest Arkansas having the doubleheader. They were rained out yesterday.
No, that's a ball.
Could be again they get rained out on a doubleheader type day. They're tied at 1-1. That is the Tulsa Drillers and Northwest Arkansas Naturals.
2-1.
It's right there, the count now 2-1. 4 weeks left to catch us on the air, and so far our last 6 games there in Springfield, Missouri, taking on the Springfield Cardinals. Don't forget, we'll do live coverage on playoff rounds this year. between the four finalists, and we
Full count.
want to congratulate them when they're announced at the end of the regular season. That one is a high pop-up right on the 3-2 full count, and the second baseman will take it himself, and there's out number 2.
Batting third, the center fielder, Joshua.
Well, that'll bring up the center fielder, Joshua Mears. We had last week in Tulsa, which that was pretty good. We're being up there in the Oklahoma.
No balls. One strike.
Just being up in Oklahoma just does us pretty good, right, Bob?
Yeah, I gotta say, John, it really does. Isn't that where your friend lives?
Yep. Muskogee, Oklahoma is where he is. Up there in the right center field is the right fielder making the play. And with that, that's a 1-2-3 inning. So 1 inning in the book already. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on base. We head for the second inning. And it's no score through 1 complete. Groover, Conticello, and Sim will get things going for Amarillo when we come back here in this one. Top half of the second for Amarillo right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Gino Groover coming up now. 4, 5, and 6 due up against the San Antonio pitcher, Omar Cruz. As we lead off the second inning here today. And the pitch, that one is a high fly up in the air, at the center. Mears will have it, and that is out number 1.
Batting fifth.
Got word on Ethan Salas, and so far the doctors told him that he will have the remainder of this year being off due to Tommy John surgery. Evidently, to Ethan Salas, hope and pray that we'll see you again next season, that you will be a whole lot better after getting plunked by that Midland pitcher during that game against the Rockhounds. 1 ball, 1 strike to Gavin Conicello as he comes in. 1-1 count, 1 out, nobody on. Right there, ground ball hit to second baseman Cedeno to flip to first to Castagnon, and that is out number 2.
Batting sixth, the designated hitter.
Could be another 1-2-3 inning for Amarillo, right, Bob?
Yeah, I gotta say, John, it could be.
2 outs, and here is Kevin Sim. The pitch is flied out, and that is not playable, of course. A called strike, it's 0-1. We've had 2 of our finest San Diego Padres prospects here in San Antonio. That is the shortstop. Got to figure out his name and stuff, but evidently he plays in our shortstop area. Leo Dallas DeVries, who was awarded that Gold Glove this year. And center fielder Joshua Mears, being the outfield protector. So 2 of our finest prospects getting that pretty cool deal right there. Here's the 1-2, and that is outside. The count now 2-2. Well, so far we're going to have another Gold Glove for 2 of the prospects. Make sure you cast your ballots, as evidently we'll have at least 1 Gold Glove to give away, or we might just do them both. Why not? 2-2, here's your delivery. That is popped foul, and the count now still hanging on at 2-2 to Kevin Sim. Well, anyway, got to congratulate our 2 The shortstop, Leo Dallas DeVries, and center fielder, Joshua Mears. Swing and a miss. Got him. And that is 2.5 innings. No runs, hits, or errors. And nobody left on base for Amarillo. 2.5 and still no score to this point. So we'll be right back as the first baseman, Marcos Castañon, Campbell, and Roederer will follow in behind the San Antonio order when we come back. Bottom half of the second inning set to go for San Antonio right now on the Missions Baseball Network. First baseman Marcos Castañon will lead it off. 4, 5, and 6 due up against the Amarillo starter Dylan Ray. As he comes in and he's going to hit that one playable. It will be no out of play foul. No balls and 1 strike. We've had rain yesterday that postponed the game and the field was unplayable. Bob and I were here at the ball. And that is out number 1.
Batting fifth, the right fielder.
And that'll bring up right fielder Jacob Campbell. Coming up next for San Antonio. Sun and clouds mix with possibility of rain showers going throughout the rest of the day. Thunderstorms could be active again tomorrow for Thursday, Taco Bell Value Day.
No.
Line Chancla is taking on the Amarillo Sod Poodles. The third of that 6-game set. Then join us for the weekend.
No.
Taking on Amarillo, and
1 strike.
that's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday against the Sod Poodles. We say goodbye to them after the Sunday game, wishing them a final farewell of this year. And best of luck.
Batting sixth, the designated hitter.
Well, 2 away. Here's the designated hitter, Cole Roederer. As he comes in. Wind's blowing out from left center as that flag is unfurling.
That's a ball.
It's pretty good. That one is outside. The count now 1 ball and no strikes. Bottom half of the second inning, no score to this point. Nobody on, 2 away. And that's going to be right there. Stopped by the shortstop, and that ends the inning. So, no runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on. That's 2 innings of no score. And we head to the third with Rojas, Guzman, and Roberts to lead it off for Amarillo for the third. And we are back right after these commercial messages. This one brought to you in part by the San Antonio Stock Show Rodeo. Get your tickets for the month of February 2026 when the home opener starts. And yes, wild broncs are crazy during that time of year. So we'll be back leading off the third for Amarillo. We head to the top of the third for Amarillo right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. And here is the 7-hole batter, Anderson Rojas. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be right there. Boy, that's going to get into trouble, and that's a first hit for Amarillo as Fabian gets after it, and here comes the runner right in third as he's got a leadoff triple. Boy, the first run for Amarillo is 90 feet away. And here's the 8-hole batter, Alvin Guzman. Guzman trying to bring in his partner, and that's a swing and a miss. Boy, nasty four-seamer right there as it called for a strike. It's 0-1. Ugly as it could ever be when you swing after that fastball. Evidently, kids getting out of school. That one's going to be line drive. That is deep. That is out of here. Gone. And it's a home run for Alvin Guzman. 96.3 mile per hour. And he blistered that one out of there, and they'll give Amarillo the lead. And it's now a 2-0 ball game as they lead San Antonio by the 2. And it feels like a Sunday afternoon, doesn't it, Bob?
Yeah, I gotta say, John, it actually does. Last of the 6 games yet, but evidently that is not till Sunday. Let's kick off a 6-game homestand to get something going.
No ball.
9-hole batter, catcher Caleb Roberts coming in. Roberts bats in the left-hand batter's box, ready to go is Cruz, as that's a swung on and miss. And the count now at 0-2. Should see a pretty good sunset tonight. Clouds and sun mixed, the 0-2. And that one's going to be lofted high in the air up to left center field. Joshua Mears, pursuit of that one, makes the play for the out.
The batter number 5, second baseman.
Second baseman Manuel Pena turns the lineup card over, and that's for Amarillo. And the pitch is right there in the end for a strike, and the count now 0-1. So far, the weather delays there in northwest Arkansas, there at Riverboat Field, is really picking up. And I want to say that the Tulsa Drillers in northwest Arkansas might not continue that ball game. I mean, if the weather doesn't let up and stuff. Well, Manuel Pena getting on, and he's having a word with Marcos Castañon. I think they're good friends there. That one's going to be lined foul. The count now at 0-1. You know, I will say that when you are into a different organization, such as Amarillo being a Arizona Diamondbacks team and San Antonio being a part of the San Diego Padres. There's just a couple of team members that know each other. Yeah, they probably went to the same college, too. Right there, line drive. That's a base hit. And right there, second and third and one away. Tommy Troy gets a double.
The first baseman, Jackson Feltner.
And that's going to bring in Jackson Feltner as he comes in. Boy, Omar Cruz now 28 pitches, gave up a 2-run shot up there to left field. Now have another 2 on base. And that's going to be a strike right there in the dirt. And it's the count now at 0-1. Well, remember the old catcher that we used to have? Well, Chandler Seagull being up there in the Padres organization, and that's going to be right there. 1-run scores, 2-run score. And Amarillo's got 4 on a... Well, 2 more runs on a leadoff double by Jackson Feltner.
Gino Groover.
Well, that one's going to be hit high, and that was instant replay right there. That'll bring in Gino Groover. Well, it looks to me like the manager's going to come out and not having it with Omar Cruz. He is saying enough is enough. Go out of here, and we're not going to put you on that one no more. Well, a left-hander, Jason Blanchard, is getting an early call to the mound for San Antonio, and a 4-seam slider, changeup, and a 2-seam fastball. No, you give up 4 runs, and yes, that's the automatic boot right back to the bullpen. Gino Groover coming in. He's got a runner in second base, 1 out. Amarillo 4, San Antonio nothing. Top of the third for the Sod Poodles. Got a pretty good afternoon worth of baseball. Game 1 of a 7-inning contest. 30 minutes in between, and game 2 after that with an extra 7. That's going to be right there, and that's going to be a stolen base. The pass ball comes in, and yeah, the stolen base for the Sod Poodles should put the 5th potential runner into scoring position, 90 feet from scoring in. And here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. The count now at 0-2. Or should I say 1 ball and 2 strikes? Jeff, give me some help on that. Here's the 1-2 delivery, and that's going to be right there, and that's going to get down for a base hit, and there he goes. That's a Amarillo lead of 5-0 against San Antonio. And boy, they've been giving up a lot of base hits and a lot of runs. Omar Cruz could be the guy getting the L in this first game of this double, which I highly doubt. That would be a thing to be determined by the staff of the San Antonio Missions. And that's going to be right there. And again, there's another pass ball. Man, and Francisco Acuna needs to catch that ball. I mean, why is he being so fundamental on that ball? I don't know there, Bob. I'd ask my question that the same as myself. But anyway, Gavin Conicello coming in now. Runner in scoring position after the past 2 balls that have really been passed, but let's say that'd be stolen bases right there. That one caught for out number 2. Finally, they get an out. Amarillo up 5-0 against San Antonio. All these runs came in the third here today. Kevin Sim is 0 for 1. And here's the pitch. That's a inside ball. The count now at 1-0. We talk about Chandler Seagull, and yes, he was a former San Antonio Mission. During the year 2022, he got into a fight with The home plate umpire, yes, he called the strike on a pass ball, and Chandler was not a happy camper right after that. But we get more into it as we go to the bottom half of the third inning. 5 runs on 6 hits, no errors, and they leave 1 left for Amarillo. We're 3.5. Amarillo leads it 5-0 against San Antonio. Yendry, Rojas, Cedeno, and DeVries will get things going for the bottom of the third when we come back. About set to go for the bottom of the third for San Antonio right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Third baseman, hot corner guy, Yendry Rojas, coming up now for San Antonio. First pitch is outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Boy, starting to see clouds and sun in this half inning of play here today. 5-0 ball game. And that's a swing and a miss. The count now at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. And that's going to be right there. Line drive. That's going to get down a base hit. And he's going after it. And Rojas going for a double. And that's his 5th double for San Antonio. That one courtesy of Whataburger. And that's served hot and fresh. Thank you for 75 grateful years of cheeseburgers and all types of stuff. But the coupon is coming everybody's way today here in Game 1. Here's the second baseman, Nerwillian Cedeno will take that one inside. And the count now at 0-1. Runner in scoring position. That is the hot corner third baseman, Rojas. That one fouled in the way. The count now at 0-2. Oh, 2. And, ooh, ouch. That got him.
Batting ninth.
Well, that'll put a runner on base, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Leo Dallas DeVries, as he takes in a strike. The count now at 0-1. Boy, if he can hit this one out of here, it'd be a 5-3 ball game. And San Antonio would only trail the 2. That would be fouled off. The count now at 0-2. Starting to see some kids getting off from school, and yes, it is a school night. Guess they stay for this game only, just for an after-school treat. Well, DeVries ain't happy because he got struck out right there. But evidently, getting home late and making sure the kids have the homework finished. Hey, you know, there ain't nothing wrong with whatever you have in school these days is math, science, social studies, anything like that. Except I was a big history nerd when it came for me. Oh, yeah, you were, huh? Yep. My dad would always say, no video games during school nights. You know, you studying first, and you get a straight A. You got to get a straight A on those report cards. No pun intended. Here's a 1-1, and that's going to be right there. Line drive to second for one. They get them both, and that's the inning. So no runs, one hit, no errors, and two left. And we head to the fourth inning. Amarillo leading this one by 5-0. We're back here for the top of the fourth. Anderson, Rojas, Guzman, and Roberts will lead it off for Amarillo when we come back. Top of the fourth inning for Amarillo right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Anderson Rojas coming in, 7-8-9 due up here in the fourth against the new pitcher for San Antonio, Jason Blanchard. That one is hit high in the air. Fabian in pursuit does not get there, and it will land out of touch for a strike. It's 0-1. There's a pitch, swing, and a miss. The countdown, 0-2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
No balls, 2 strikes to count now. Fourth inning, a few more innings here in game one. And that's going to be a leadoff base hit 0-2 pitch, but it'll be snuffed out for that base hit.
The center fielder, number 13, Alvin.
That'll bring up the center fielder, Alvin Guzman. As he comes in, is ready to go. Right there and in for a strike. The count now at 0-1. 2-run shot back in the third inning is 1-for-1 by Guzman. No balls and 1 strike and the windup. That one hit high in the air. Up to right field. Campbell will reach down, make the play. He's got it. So there's 1 away as Guzman is down retired.
Now batting, the catcher, Caleb Robert.
Well, that'll bring up the catcher, Caleb Roberts. Is 0-for-1. Flied out last in the ball game. That one hit high in the air up to center. Moving under it is Mears, and that's a out number 2. So 2 quick outs, but a runner that got on base by a base hit. Still out there at first base.
The batter, number 5, second baseman, Manuel.
Well, the second baseman, Manuel Pena, trying to get going. That one is fouled off. The count now at 0-1. So far, it is just a little bit till Frisco at Corpus Christi gets things going. Right there, hit to Rojas at third. Flip to Castañon, a 1-2-3 half inning. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors. And Amarillo gets that 1 lone hit, and that's all they get. Bottom half of the 4th inning, they lead Amarillo 5, San Antonio 0. Frisco, Acuna, Joshua Mears, and Castañon will lead things the bottom of 4 when we come back. We go to the bottom half of the 4th inning, and right here on 106.7, San Antonio KKYX. Thank you, Bob. And that is the best for country in the great state of Texas. So far, leading off the bottom of the 4th inning for San Antonio catcher Francisco Acuna. Boy, I like your enthusiasm there, John. Yep. Yeah, thank you, Bob. No balls, 1 strike to Acuna. And that's going to be a ground ball hit to third, straight away up to first. They get him easily and plainly for the out.
Now batting, center fielder, Joshua.
Well, the center fielder is Joshua Mears as he comes in. He's 0-for-1, a fly out. Now, I will say that guy in the San Diego Padres, Chandler Seagull, the night 2022 that we took on Springfield, Chandler Seagull got in the face of a home plate umpire and was immediately ejected following the ejection of our former coach, Philip Wellman. Right there, the count now, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, I remember Philip Wellman. He's up in AAA El Paso, isn't he? Yep. He was there for already his 3rd season of a AAA manager for the Coast League. Now, evidently, he's had a few ejections this year, getting into an umpire's face And all-knowingly, you cannot argue balls and strikes. Well, called third strike, and there's 2 down. Philip Wellman, he was here in San Antonio for the 2021-2022 year. I'm thinking he was here in 2023. I do imagine he was. But evidently, we got a new coach now taking in the place of former Missions manager Philip. That one is a high pop-up right there, second baseman under it, and he'll make the play for out number 3. No runs, hits or errors, nobody left on for San Antonio. Start of the 5th inning coming up right after our commercial message. This one brought to you in part by our friends there at West Creek Trail Rides. Don't forget the series premiere of Picani coming next Friday at 6:30 right here to the channel. And hope that you guys will see that. We're on our road travel to Frisco, taking on our last 6-game set there at Statesman's Park. Well, we're back right after this, and we got more baseball ahead. 5th inning, straight ahead for Amarillo. Sod Poodles lead it 5-0. Top of the 5th inning for Amarillo, set to go right here in the San Antonio Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Here is the shortstop, Tommy Troy, as he comes in and is ready to go. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. The count now at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch right there, fouled off. The count now at 0-2. Boy, a few more innings to do, and that will pretty much do for game 1 of our double today. We got another ball game coming up, so stay with us here on MLB Network, the show, and here on YouTube Live. We'll stay live here in this one. Always good to have a big stream coming in around. Here's a 1-2. That one hit high in the air. Right fielder Campbell, give a chase, can't get there, and that will land out of touch. Well, Northwest Arkansas and Tulsa back at it after the rain delay. Evidently check on the progress of them, and so far it is a 1-1 ball game, and that's a strikeout. Looking at Tommy Troy.
First baseman, Jackson Feltner.
And that's going to bring in Jackson Feltner. And the windup and the pitch. That's going to be lofted high in the air right there. Left fielder Fabian will run it down, and that's out number 2.
Now batting, third baseman, Gino Groover.
Well, third baseman Gino Groover coming in is 1 for 2 RBI single in the third. A pretty good one here today, and Wind up down the pitch. That's an inside strike, and the count now at 0-1. Both teams there in Northwest Arkansas against the Tulsa Drillers are tied at 1-1. Bottom half of the sixth inning there. A good old Riverboat Field. You know, the Missions have not been to Riverboat Field since, I do believe it was 2021. Yeah, I gotta say, I think that was a long time. I mean, back when San Antonio went there and Northwest Arkansas had their own looks and logos and stuff. Yeah, for sure. Well, anyway, we head to the bottom half of the fifth inning, and it's a 5-0 shutout. Amarillo leading 5 here in this one. Campbell, Roederer, and Rojas will lead it off for the bottom of the fifth. And Amarillo has a 5-0 advantage against San Antonio here in this one. Bottom half of the fifth inning for San Antonio right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, here is the right fielder. Jacob Campbell is we're set to go. Wind up and the pitch. That's right there, high in the air, deep to left center. Still going, still going. He's got it. Makes the play for the out. So one down here in this one. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Cole Roederer. Comes next for San Antonio.
Yeah.
That's a swing and a miss. The count now 0-1. 29 strikes, 11 balls. Dylan Ray still up on the mound for Amarillo. The starter today for the Sod Poodles. Going pretty good as in the last 6 games there against Wichita. Boy, Dylan Ray pitched 8 in the quarter, third inning. Doing pretty good during that last time in Waterbridge Field in downtown Amarillo. Hot corner third baseman is Yendry Rojas. He'll take a strike inside. Count now 0-1. 2 outs, nobody on. Amarillo 5, San Antonio 0 here in this first game of the double. It's 0-2. The count now to Rojas. Well, evidently that will be a called third strike. Would say something else, but evidently the side is retired. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on for San Antonio. We head to the 6th inning, and it is 5-0 for Amarillo. Gavin Conocello leads it off. Sim and Rojas will follow in from behind when we come back.
Bottom half of the fifth inning set to go. Right now, the Mission's Baseball Network. Well, Gavin Conocello coming in now to lead off the sixth. That is Conocello, 5, 6, 7, due up against Jason Blanchard. Will easily take a strike inside. It's the count now, 0-1. Well, Wichita and Midland fixing to get ready to go here at beautiful Franco Park. That one fouled in the way. The count now, 0-2. San Antonio does not take on Midland until next year in 2026. But evidently we do follow up wherever they are, giving them scores. And so far this is not the end of the regular season. Boy, Springfield fixing to go. Frisco and Corpus Christi starting. That is fouled in the way. The count now still remaining at 0-2. And Springfield, top of the first inning, gets a one lone run. Now making it 1-0 against Arkansas. Right there's cold third strike. It got him looking. And Blanchard gets that strikeout, which that was pretty cool. Well, here is Kevin Sim. He's 0 for 2, a flyout. Frisco is up by a run early on. They got a home run. Now making it a Frisco 1-0 lead against Corpus Christi. One right there's a swing and a miss. The count now at 0-1. Amarillo leading 5-0 here tonight in San Antonio. Just probably an inning and a half left of this game, and we'll be in game 2 before too long, but we will definitely get a 30-minute rest period, and we'll start again with another 7. So called third strike, got him swinging, and there are 2 down. Anderson Rojas coming in. It's 2 for 2. That one skied high in the air up to left field. Fabian getting right near the warning track, and that will do it. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left on base for Amarillo. Bottom half of the 6th inning coming up. San Antonio getting ready to bat here in the bottom of 6th. Adeno, DeVries, and Fabian will get going. Amarillo leads it 5-0 here in this one. Bottom half of the sixth inning, set to go for Amarillo, for San Antonio, right here in the Missions Baseball Network. Willie and Cedeno coming in as we lead off the bottom half of the sixth inning. Sod Poodles up 5-0 here in this ball game, and that's going to be hit high in the air. And that is out number one.
Now batting, number 94.
Could see a lot more clouds in the next game of ours. Shortstop Leo Dallas DeVries coming out. He's 0 for 1, a strikeout. Down to their final 5 outs here for San Antonio here in game one. That one is hit high in the air, foul. And the count now 0-1. Springfield leading Arkansas 2-1. They're the
Ball.
top half of the third inning right now.
Strike.
Just almost close to the 6:30 hour here. With game two starting around 7:50. There's pitch. That's right there. Fouled off. The count now at 0-2. 30-minute rest period after that. So far, we're continuing the live coverage. Right there, the count now 2-2. Well, Frisco up 3-0 against the Corpus Christi Hooks, and it'll be a full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Albert Fabian getting on deck for San Antonio. And that's down and in. Ball 4, and a good hold-up right there. And that's the first walk
The left fielder, number 30.
Dylan Ray has allowed.
Fabian.
Albert Fabian coming in, ready to go. And the pitch. That one right there, fouled and away. The count now 0-1. Still hanging on. No balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That is outside. The count now at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. And that's outside. Change up. Count now 2-1. Two and one. Now it's going to be right there. And now get down, base hit. And that's going to put a runner at third now. And that's
Now
play
batting,
station to
number
station.
58.
Well, finally, San Antonio's got something going. That'll bring up the catcher, Francisco Acuna. As he'll take an inside strike. It's count now 0-1. Temperature 101 here today. Well, clouds are really starting to get going, and could be a chance of rain tonight. Going into a early Thursday morning. Road travel, commute to work or school or wherever. That's going to be right there. Line drive, base hit, and that's going to get through. And San Antonio finally cracks the run column. But it's about darn time. Let's go, boys. And that'll put second and third still 1 away. And what a great base hit that really was. Well, Dylan Ray gave up that 1 lone run, and now the manager's coming out to relieve him out of this ball game in the bottom half of the 6th inning. And so far, they have to do is get to the bottom of the 7th, get 3 outs, and win it right there. That'll bring up a right-hander, Zach Barnes, coming for Amarillo. The 4-seam slider, curveball, and a circle change. Well, the San Antonio Missions have officially been getting a lot of zeros through the first 5 innings here tonight. And evidently that came to an end right now.
And they got that lone base hit with runners at first and third scoring in that run from third base. A base hit double and gets everybody going. It's right there. The count now 0-2. Still a fighting chance with only 5 outs remain for San Antonio. And they got plenty of baseball left there in the game one. That's going to be lofted. That is deep. That is high. And that's going to get down. And that's a base hit. That'll play 2. Here he comes. And he's safe. Right there, a 2-run double. Boy, get ahead of the throw. And that was phenomenal. Now the tying run comes up to the plate. Boy, San Antonio making a little pushback, which that I love to see.
Now I gotta say, John, me too.
So that'll bring up the tying run, Marcos Castañon. Castañon coming in, swings and misses at the initial offering. And the count now at 0-1. He's 0 for 2, fly out and a pop out. Well, no score through the top of the first inning there in Midland. Wichita now scoreless. And that's a swing and a miss. The count now at 0-2. 3 runs on 4 hits already here in this half inning for San Antonio. A windup and the pitch. That's going to be right there. They get the force out at first, but meanwhile, runner goes straight from second to third. 90 feet is the 4th run. Oh, San Antonio could get going and put that 4th run in position. And they'll have the bottom of the 7th to come back and get 2 more to win it. Slider is up high, and the count now 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. That one again outside. The count now 2-0. Wind up and the pitch. That one is a high pop-up right there. Catcher has it. And that is the out. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors, 1 left on for San Antonio. 7th inning coming up, Amarillo leading 2. It's a 5-3 ball game for the Sod Poodles in front. So 7th inning coming up, Alvin Guzman, Robertson, Pena lead it off for the top of the 7th inning when we come back. Top half of the seventh inning set to go for Amarillo right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Alvin Guzman, 891, due up against Jason Blanchard. We welcome you back to Texas League Baseball on this Wednesday evening, Game 1. The pitch, that one is hit high in the air and out of play. The count now at 0-1. Well, evidently, this is our second to last homestand for the year. Amarillo for 6, and get back from Frisco. It'll be our last 6 against Corpus Christi. Then we head to Springfield. Close out the regular season down there at Blue River Stadium.
Ball.
Right there, the count now 2-1 strike. Well, evidently more clouds will be getting coming as we go through the evening, and that is going to be out of play foul. The count now 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Wind up then the pitch, and cold third strike. Got him. And that is out number 1.
Catcher Caleb Roberts.
You know, Caleb Roberts coming in is 0 for 2. Wind up and the pitch, and that's going to be an inside strike. The count now 0-1. A lot of confidence for Jason Blanchard for San Antonio. That's pretty good. That one fouled off. It's 0-2 the count. 7-inning contest for Game 2. We'll get going after our 30-minute break. So 2 down, Caleb Roberts is out. And with the last out here in the top of the 7th, here is Manuel Pena. Pena coming in, ready to go. The pitch, and that's going to be high fly in the air and foul. And the count now 0-1. The 0-1. And that's fouled off. It's 0-2. You know, got the clouds starting to intensify, and as we go through the evening, that is right there, swung on and missed. And that'll take us to the 7th inning stretch here, this one. And it's 5-3. Amarillo leading by 2. We're back here right after commercial messages. This one brought to you on part by West Creek Trail Rides. Bottom half of the seventh inning for San Antonio. Right now, the Mission's Baseball Network.
Pitching.
Christian Montes de Oca is up in arms and is ready to go for the bottom half of the seventh inning here for Amarillo. So he'll get things going to get the final 3 outs against San Antonio.
The designated hitter.
Designated hitter is Cole Roederer as he comes in. He's ready to go. Wind up in the pitch. That's an inside strike. The count now at 0-1. The clouds will intensify as we get into game 2. And that's going to be right there, line drive. That looks like a possible base hit, and he beats it out right in time. As
Now batting.
now that'll be a fielder's choice on a base hit.
Rojas.
And that'll bring up the next batter up, Yendry Rojas. Takes that one high and outside for 1 ball, no strikes. He doubled last time up as 1 for 2 for the Missions. And that's pretty good for him as a third baseman, right, Bob? Gotta say, John, yes, it is. It's right there, line drive, and that is caught by the center fielder. He had to reach down and make the play for that one.
Now batting. Second baseman. Nerwillian.
And that'll bring in Nerwillian Cedeno, who is 0 for 1. Hit by a pitch last time up. Pretty good on that one. Cedeno coming in, runner at first. Be the tying run if he could get one out of here. One is fouled off, and it's still holding on at 0-1. Wind up in the pitch, and that's outside. The count now 1-1.
One strike.
San Antonio down to their final 2 outs here in game 1. And the pitch. And that will get away. And that's a stolen base right there for that man up there in scoring position. Boy, that's not something you want to see there, John. Yeah, not a good thing. 2 balls, 1 strike, and the pitch right there and outside for a ball, and the count now 3-1. Here's a 3-1. And, ooh, that could have been ball 4. And that is a full count now to the second baseman. That is reflected off, and the count now still hanging on at 3-2. That was the off-speed pitch right there. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And outside, oh, what a great hold-up. Ball 4. And that is going to be the winning run on base now. Leo Dallas DeVries could walk it off here if he can. And the pitch. That's right there. And that's going to get down, line drive, base hit. And that's bases loaded. Boy, and he comes out of the bullpen.
Left fielder, number 30, Albert Fabian.
Albert Fabian coming up. A grand slam would put it up to a 7-5 ball game. Fabian coming in, trying to get this game tied up. That is outside on the sweeper, and the count now 1-0. Yeah, I got to say, John, the Christian Montes de Oca is just not having it. And, yeah, he's got bases loaded, nobody to put anywhere. It's a difficult decision. Yeah, for sure. That is right there, fouled off. The count now at 1-1. Bases loaded here in the bottom half of the 7th. 1 away. Amarillo 5, San Antonio 3. That is right there. Line drive base hit. And that's going to put a tying run, winning run, now 90 feet away. This could be a make or break situation. And finally, something is going here. So San Antonio needs a fly out to win this one. Yeah, that would be great there, Bob. Final score would be 6-5 if that happens. Evidently trying to get something going. Pitching for Amarillo, Logan Clayton is coming in as he'll be a right-hander. 4-seam slider, changeup, and a 2-seam fastball. Pitching in relief for the Sod Poodles. 5-5 tie here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Amarillo had their lead, but now it's evaporated. That's outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Winning run at third. Game 1 fixing to wrap up. Game 2 coming up right after this one. Lined up, getting ready to go by Clayton. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. The count now at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be enough. And it looks like it's going to be gone. Is it going to get it? It's a walk-off right there. And the Missions win it. Francisco Acuna walks it off. And what a great time that was. A base hit gets the winning run in the score. And now San Antonio winning their 65th of the season. And pretty good right there. Well, we'll have a 30-minute rest period and game 2 coming up after that. Stick around. We got more baseball right here. MLB The Show. And so far, we're going to have a nice cloud cover evening as evidently we'll have a lot of clouds coming in. And a beautiful sunset. Starting to get in for San Antonio, and so far pretty good on that one. Winner on the mound, Jason Blanchard gets the win for San Antonio here in Game 1. Francisco Acuna, 2 for 4, 2 doubles and 2 RBIs. He won the walk-off right there, and that put San Antonio 6-5 here in Game 1. Well, anyway, Christian Montes de Oca is a loss for Amarillo. And so far, we are going to be right back here in this one. San Antonio wins it by a final score 6-5 against Amarillo here in Game 1. Well, we will be back. Game 2 will be in just a little bit. So stay tuned as we bring you more of the action here tonight.
Game 2, Texas League Baseball, coming up next. And we welcome you back into our broadcast, and here's John Baker to bring us Game 2 coverage here in San Antonio. Take it away, John. Thank you, Bob, and hello there again, everybody. We welcome you to the Texas League broadcast. We are the second game of our 6-game set between the Amarillo Sod Poodles and your San Antonio Missions. Well, what a game we've seen in the previous live stream, and gotta say, the final score, San Antonio 6, Amarillo 5. What a great victory that was, and so far it came back a 3-run shot as San Antonio needed to make up 2, and so far they got that 2 runs. Tied up the ball game, got first and third, and then a run in the score on the base hit wins it. And so far, the Missions will claim the first of this double header. Well, anyway, we're about set to go here for Game 2, and now take it down to the field as we get this one started for us here this evening. I'm also joined in the booth by my partner, Bob. And Bob, good to see you once again.
Yeah, good to see you too, John. Ready for another one?
Oh, yes, we sure are. Got a nice break, and so far the Missions are getting back up on the field as getting ready to get this one going. Well, we're getting ready to go. Jackson Wolf will be the next man up for San Antonio. He's the left-hander. What do we know about this guy?
Well, he's got a 4-seam curveball, changeup, a 2-seam, and a sweeper. His 94-mile-per-hour fastball will get something going.
Well, we're starting fresh. Andy Weber coming in now for Amarillo. Yes, we are about ready to go. Here's the first pitch, and away we go. In Game 2, as that one is called for a strike. And the count now at 0-1.
7 o'clock.
We are 7 o'clock on this one, and that's going to be lined foul. The count now 0-2. So far, a lot of clouds, and could see a nice hue in those clouds here tonight. That's going to be lined foul. The count now still remaining at 0-2. Well, let's go ahead and give you scores. Wichita leads Midland top of the 3rd inning. 3-2 win surge. Frisco leads 3-1 against Corpus Christi.
Ball down.
Final score for San Antonio, 6-5, 7-3. 7-3. Arkansas. That's going to be right there. A line drive base hit. Weber gets on base.
Batting second, the shortstop, Tommy.
The shortstop, Tommy Troy, coming on now. Pretty good one here tonight. And so far, Tulsa and Northwest Arkansas ready to go for their doubleheader. Troy coming in, takes that one in for a strike. The count now at 0-1. Don't forget, tomorrow is Flying Chanclas and Taco Bell Value Day here for us. And that's a swing and a miss. The count now at 0-2. And the pitch. That one popped foul. The count now still remaining at 0-2. Might be getting dark pretty soon, and well, so far pretty good on that. That one is fouled off. The count now at 0 balls and 2 strikes. And that's going to be right there. Acuna gets it to Evans. Right there, Castañon gets it going. And that's a double play. Taco Bell. Beautiful as it comes in.
And that was a pretty good play right there. Ben McLaughlin coming in now for Amarillo.
Ball.
Starting to see some pretty good change-ups on the Amarillo and San Antonio lineup cards. 1 ball and no strikes. And the pitch swing and a miss. The count now 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Do you think that San Antonio should get a sweep?
Well, I think so, John, but
We'll see how this one plays out. That one high in the air, up to left field. Grant coming in, and so far Acuna is out in shortstop tonight,
Batting fourth, the third baseman.
giving the
Gino
shortstop Leo Dallas DeVries the night off in game 2. And that's going to be right there in the end.
0-1.
And the count now 0-1. 2 outs, runner at first for Amarillo. Gino Groover coming in. That's a swing and a miss curveball.
No ball.
And the count now 0-2. One more trying to get in this one, and going to be a pretty good one. Here's the 0-2 delivery, and that's going to be a line drive base hit. Then here we go again with line drives, and that'll put runners at first and third.
The center fielder.
Still 2 away in this half inning. And the batter now is Slade Caldwell. Caldwell coming in from the stretch. That one hits high in the air. Left field, and that's down for a base hit. And Amarillo scores in first. Big mistake there as they tried to chance it for another run in to score. And he was waiting for him for the catcher. And so far, that will pretty much do it here for this half inning. So it's 1 run coming in on 4 hits, no errors, 2 left for Amarillo. And we head down to the bottom of the first inning for San Antonio. And it's 1-0 Sod Poodles.
Bottom half of the first inning set to go for San Antonio right now. The Mission's Baseball Network. Well, a right-hander, Trevor Richards, getting the call here for Amarillo as he gets started with pitching. ERA of 4.55, strikeout at 22.4%, .200 over to .187. Which that right there is pretty good. Leading off the bottom half of the first inning for San Antonio, left fielder Albert Fabian comes in. Will take an outside ball. The count now 1-0. So far, joined to be with me is Bob. Bob, how you doing?
I'm doing good, John. You doing good?
Doing awesome, man. That one right there, and that's a ground ball straight away first, and that's out number 1.
Batting second, the catcher, Lucas.
The catcher is Lucas Dunn, and we remember this guy? And he's starting his rehab assignment here in San Antonio. From the Padres organization from San Diego and Petco Park. Is that right there pretty good? Here's the 0-1. That one is fouled off. The count now 0-2. Well, I remember Fernando Tatis Jr. way back in 2023. He had a rehab assignment with San Antonio, and evidently during our series in Frisco, he got caught using steroids.
Ball.
He was suspended 90 days to the rest of the year, and evidently he was pretty much exposed for the trying to think of it, the steroid use.
Was you going to say Altoids? Because that's pretty much
just a candy that's peppermint. Yeah, right. Yeah, I know that, Bob, but Dante Grant coming in, playing center field tonight. Joshua Mears getting this game off after the well performance that he had. Well, no runs hit to Rivers and nobody left on base. And we head to the second inning. And we're about ready to go. And Waldschmidt and Contesello get ready to go for the top of the second inning for the Sod Poodles. The Amarillo team leading this game by 1-0. Top half of the second inning set to go for Amarillo right now on the Missions Baseball Network.
Well, that'll bring up Gene Walters as he comes in. He's ready to go. Here's the pitch by Jackson Wolf, and that's going to be fouled in the way. And the count now 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count now. And that's lifted high in the air up to center field. Grant will have it. Makes the play, and there's out number 1.
Batting 7, the left fielder, number 11.
Well, that'll bring up Ryan Waldschmidt as he comes in. And the pitch is down and inside for a changeup. The count now 0-1. Well, starting to see a few kids still here after the previous game and stuff. One high fly in the air, and that is going out of play, foul. And the count now at 0-2. Just remember, it is a school night, so kids get home, get your schoolwork done, and go to school tomorrow. Right there, that is out number 2. Now, evidently, kids, I thought, would say, oh man, why do we have to go to school for? Wish we'd stay up all night, play video games, and go to the ball game and just have a good time, just chilling out there.
Well, evidently, them straight A's are very important, I tell you that, John.
Yeah, most definitely. Gavin Conicello coming in, 2 out. Could be a 1-2-3 half inning. That's a curveball swing and a miss. And the count now at 0-2. Hey, 2 more days and it'd be the weekend. Kids can wake up on a Saturday morning feeling pretty good. Here's the 0-2 delivery, and that is just outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
2 strikes.
Just remember, it's Game 5. And with the rain that we had, post-game fireworks will be added into the addition. Don't forget, we'll have one more post-game fireworks, and that is that Saturday with Corpus Christi. And that is a swung on and missed. A great performance by Jackson Wolf to end the inning. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left on. We had 2.5. Amarillo in front, 1-0. Marcos Castañon will lead it off. We come back here in the bottom half of 2 after our break.
Now set to go for the bottom half of the second inning. Right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Marcos Castañon to lead it off here in the bottom of the second inning. 4, 5, and 6 due up against Trevor Richards. Get something going here. And the pitch. That's a swing and a miss the circle change. Get him out in front for a strike. The count now at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch outside. And the count now at 2-1. That one is lofted high in the air up to right field. Right fielder gets shy of the warning track, will make the catch, and there's out number 1.
Batting fifth, the right fielder, Kai.
Right fielder Kai Murphy coming in now. In reserve position for San Antonio. The batting rosters as well. Lucas Dunn was back in the year 2021 in San Antonio and 2022, I do believe. So much he started and now working a rehab assignment from the San Diego Padres.
Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Cole Roeder.
Cole Roederer, the designated hitter, coming in now. 2 outs, could be another 1-2-3 inning. Third inning straight ahead after this one. And the wind up the pitch, and that's a chopped foul ball, and the count now at 0-1. Flying Chanclas return tomorrow night. Friday night as well. Series continues till Sunday. Don't forget we say goodbye to Amarillo for the year of these 2 great ball clubs. And it's off to Frisco. And so far pretty good on that. So that's a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, hits, or errors. And nobody left on for San Antonio. We head to the third. Amarillo in front, 1-0. Rene Pinto is leading it off. Weber and Troy will follow in from behind when we come back. Well, we're the top half of the third inning right now for the Missions Baseball Network. Renee Pinto coming in now. 9-1-2 due up third inning for the Sod Poodles, and underway we go for a count now, 0-1 as that one was fouled off. Still got a few more innings to do, at least 5 to be exact. That one right there, and that's a base hit. Pinto is on base.
The batter.
Pinto from his
Andy Weber.
from the state, Mexico. Andy Weber coming in now. We'll take that curveball down and in, and the count now 1 ball and no strikes. Frisco leading top of the 7th inning against Corpus Christi at 6-1 there at Bayfront Park. Wichita leading a run against Midland. It's 3-2 there in Franco Park. And that's going to be right there. Acuna, Evans, Castagnon. That's a Taco Bell double play. 4-6-3, a ground ball. And yes, that'll get you 2 free tacos courtesy Taco Bell. Boy, you get Taco Bell coupons, Whataburger coupons. Everybody's getting treated really good here tonight. Shortstop Tommy Troy coming in as he'll take a strike inside. It's the count now 0-1. Arkansas leading Springfield 7-6. When Tulsa winning that final score 2-1, and through 8 innings of that first game of their doubleheader,
0-2.
which that was pretty good. No balls, 2 strikes to count now to Troy. And the windup and the pitch, that's going to be high fly in the air, and that will be foul. Well, Tulsa starting their second game against Northwest Arkansas. Game 2, that will go for a 7-inning contest there at Riverboat Field. Wind up and the pitch, and that's going to be right there. Acuna steps in, second base, throws to first baseman Castagnon, and that will be it. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on. We head for the bottom of the third. Fountain, Acuna, and Evans lead it off for San Antonio. When we come back, it's 1-0 Amarillo. Now set to go for the bottom of the third. Right now for San Antonio and the Missions Baseball Network. Well, here is Cale Fountain as he comes in. Boy, starting to get that beautiful hue off the clouds and the blue sky as well. Evidently with clouds beginning to come into San Antonio, rain showers by overnight for a Thursday.
No balls. 2 strikes.
Morning work commute. Probably might see some showers, a little bit of lightning.
Hard.
And right there, that's a swing and a miss. And that will be out number 1. During the strikeout for Fountain.
Number 15.
Well, that'll be number 58 coming in. And that is the second baseman, Francisco Acuna. Acuna, during the previous game, played the catcher position, but tonight during this one, he'll be in second base. A pretty good night for him and for San Antonio as well. And the windup. That's fouled off. The count now at 1-1. One ball, one strike. And that's going to be right there. Line drive. That's a base hit. So far, the tying run now coming in, and the no-hitter is done.
Shortstop, number 34.
Well, that'll bring up the shortstop as he'll come in. And that'll be Zach Evans. That's right there, and that's going to be line drive. That's a base hit. Going all the way to third. He's in there safely. Boy, dared it right there. And now the tying run is at third right now. Boy, and San Antonio is getting off the hinges. Leadoff batter, left fielder Albert Fabian will turn up the lineup cards. That one is high fly in the air. Should that be enough for a sacrifice? No. It will not get far enough for the runner at 90 feet to advance onward. And that'll bring up Lucas Dunn, the catcher. 0 for 1, a ground out. As I said before, he did start his rehab assignment here for San Antonio, the San Diego Padres farm club.
No balls. 1 strike.
That'll be no balls and 1 strike, the count now to him. And that one's going to be hit foul. The count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. 2 out, 2 on. Trying to get something going here. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss right there. Throw down to first, complete the play. And that ends the inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 lefts. And we head to the 4th inning. Amarillo out in front by 1. So about set to go as Ben, McLaughlin, Groover, and Caldwell will lead it for the 4th inning for Amarillo when we come back.
About set to go for the fourth inning here for Amarillo right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Ben McLaughlin coming in, 3-4-5, due up against Jackson Wolf. That one is hit foul. The count now 0-1. Got sponsors here tonight: West Creek Trail Ride, San Antonio Stock Show Rodeo. And fouled off. The count now at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch, swing and a miss. Got him. And right there on strikeout.
The third baseman, number 4.
Pretty cool right there.
Groover.
Gino Groover coming in now as they're set to go. Wind up and the pitch. That is right there, high in the air. And that is up to right field, but Kai Murphy, as that will be in front of him for that base hit. Slade Caldwell coming in now. He'll take an inside strike at the count now 0-1. Tell you one thing, there's been a lot of double plays in this ball game, and that will foul off. The count now 0-2. Do you think they could get another double play? Well, maybe I think they can. It's 0-2, and that's going to be right there. That's going to fall. Base hit. And he's up safely to third now. And that is a 1-out single. They'll put runners in the corners. Well, that'll bring up the 6-hole batter, Gene Walters. Walters coming in, ready to go. We'll take that one in the inside corner. And the count now at 0-1. First and third, one away, top of the fourth inning. Amarillo 1, San Antonio 0. Game 2, our doubleheader here tonight. That right there. That one hit the Cunha, and they get them both, and they get out of it unscathed. And with that, the side is retired. So another Taco Bell double play. And that's why fans are being treated to the coupons of Taco Bell. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left, 2 left on. And we head now to the bottom of the fourth. And the Sod Poodles lead it by 1. Well, we've got Dante, Grant, Castagnon, and Murphy to lead it off for the bottom of 4. We come back. About set to go for the bottom of the fourth right now for the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Dante Grant coming in now. 3-4-5 due up against Trevor Richards. Swings and misses after that circle change. The count now at 0-1. Oh, evidently the 4 o'clock first game and now the 7 o'clock coming in really good. That's a swing and a miss. The count now 0-2. Although if it'd be a split tonight, I would say that it would be a fair game for both sides. No balls, 2 strikes right there. Line drive, base hit to left, and that is up and in. Grant gets on base, and now San Antonio has a tying run there at first, and the go-ahead coming up now, that's Marcos Castañon. Oh, pretty good night within this ball game and our broadcast here tonight. Up to 2 parts here. Castañon coming in, swings and misses at the initial offering, and the count now at 0-1. Game 3 tomorrow. Game 4, 5, and 6 through the weekend against Amarillo, and that's going to be right there in the count now 1-1. Frisco has a pretty good lead against Corpus Christi, 8-2, top half of the 8th inning, I should say. It was bottom half of the 7th, but now they're top half of the 8th inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch, that's a swing and a miss. And that is out number 1, Castañon down on strikes.
The right fielder, number 1, Kai Murphy.
Well, Kai Murphy coming in. He's 0 for 1, a fly out. Just a beautiful evening with what's left of the blue sky, and well, the clouds sure giving off that glow. And that is outside the count now, 1-1. Don't forget, next week we're up in Frisco, and then we come back for our last homestand of the year against the Corpus Christi Hooks. 2 balls, 1 strike to Murphy. That is fouled off, and now even up 2-2. 6 games left in Springfield against San Antonio. That one is line foul. The count now remain 2-2. Evidently, starting 2026, we're up in Tulsa for a short 3-game set. And then we are off that Sunday and Monday, and we're coming back home for a 6-game set against Corpus Christi. And after that, we are pretty much taking on Midland April 14th through the 19th.
The designated hitter, Cole.
And we're back home to take on Amarillo starting April 21st through the 26th. And then we are seeing Tulsa one more time for a 6-game set there in Oklahoma, or DCJ Field. We are a 12-game homestand, starting a leadoff 6 against Midland and 6 against Wichita. And after that, we head to Frisco, May 19th through the 24th, for the start of a 12-game road series against the Corpus Christi Hooks and Arkansas Travelers. And then we are back home to take on Amarillo June 30th through July 5th. We're back up at Midland July 7th through the 12th. And then that will conclude the first half of the Texas League baseball season. We're back for 9 home games. That is 3 against Corpus Christi, 6 against the Frisco Rough Riders. Well, that's a strikeout looking, and that will be the end of the 4th inning here tonight. San Antonio, we head to the 5th. And we'll be right back. Ryan Wurtschmidt, Conicello, and Pinto will be back to lead off the fifth inning. Well, after that, July 28th through August 2nd, we're up in Amarillo. And we are coming back home August 4th through the 9th to take on Springfield. Well, the Springfield Cardinals being at home. Then we head to Frisco after that, August 11th through the 16th. And then we take on the Northwest Arkansas Naturals. And then we are off to Springfield. And after that, we have September 1st through the 6th taking on Midland. And that'll pretty much be our last 6-game set here at home. We close off 2026 there in Amarillo, and so far 2027 should be a little bit better in our Texas League schedule. So that will be pretty nice. Hopefully, don't speak too soon. But yeah, anyway, pretty good right there. Well, we lead off the top of the fifth inning. Here is Ryan Wurtschmidt leading off against Jackson Wolf, 7, 8, 9. Last 3 innings of our second game here tonight. That one is lifted high in the air up to Kai Murphy, and he'll have it for the out. And there is one down.
The right fielder, number 12, Gavin Conicello.
Well, that'll bring up the right fielder, Gavin Conicello, as he's coming in. So far, a pretty good time up in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
No ball.
Gotta say, that was a pretty good time being there. Got a friend that lives 2 hours east of Tulsa. So evidently, he does follow the Tulsa Drillers a lot. Even though tonight Tulsa is in Northwest Arkansas, taking on the Naturals. No balls to 2 strikes and a pitch. That's going to be right there. Intercepted by the third baseman, and that is caught for the out. Conicello down on a playable ball, and that is out number 2. Rene Pinto, 9-hole batter coming up. Wind up and the pitch. That's an inside strike at the count now, 0-1. Fifth inning of work. Amarillo leading 1-0, and so far they have to hold up till the bottom half of the 7th inning in order to claim a series split. So far, pretty good. Well, looking at a beautiful sunset. It is evidently beautiful as we all look at it. Clouds are starting to intensify as we go through the evening, and overnight there is rain chances coming up in the picture. Even though thunderstorm activity could be possible by tomorrow afternoon and possibly early evening as we get ready for our third game.
Ball.
Outside, the count now at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count now. Rene Pinto, 1 for 1, and he'll foul that one off. 2 outs, nobody on here in the top of the 5th inning for the Sod Poodles. Wind up and the pitch. That one fouled off, still hanging on. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. That one lofted deep to left field. Fabian on his horse gets there and makes the catch on the warning track, and that does it. Well, no runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on base. We head now 5.5. Sod Poodles out in front by 1-0. So back here for more as we'll have a new reliever coming in. Fountain, Acuna, and Evans will lead off the bottom half of the 5th inning for San Antonio when we come back.
All right, bottom half of the fifth inning for San Antonio, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. This proud broadcast brought to you in part by our friends there at West Creek Trail Rides. Give Lana a call at 210-616-6585 to schedule your horseback ride there at good old West Creek Trail Rides. Well, we send it down to John as he'll give us the bottom half of the fifth inning set to go. Thank you, Bob, and we'll have another relief pitcher. Kevin Ginkle will get the call. He's an ERA of 3.21. So far, his record looks absolutely stunning. 7-hole batter, Cale Fountain. 7, 8, 9 due up against a reliever, Kevin Ginkle, as he'll throw the first pitch outside for the ball. And the count now 1-0. Getting dark here on a Wednesday evening, and that's down and outside. 2 balls, no strike.
2 balls, no strike.
3 hits allowed for San Antonio. 1 run, 7 hits for Amarillo. Now 3-0 count. Francisco Acuna on deck. So it could be a 4-pitch walk if he misses one more time. And right there, ball 4, and he lost him. Boy, you got that one right there, John. Oh, my goodness. Here's the second baseman, Francisco Acuna. Acuna coming in, ready to go, and that's going to be a strike inside. And the count now at 0-1. Bottom of 5, and yep, at least 2 more innings to go after this one. That one is lofted high in the air up to center field. And that is caught for the out. And there is 1 down.
Now batting, number 34.
Don't forget, if the game is rained out tomorrow, then there is tickets always at the box office for a future game. Zach Evans coming in, ready to go. That's right there, line drive base hit, and that's up to right field. And boy, the tying run now in scoring position, the go-ahead run getting up at first base. Well, Wichita and Midland tied 3-3 there at Franco Park. Frisco 10-2 against Corpus Christi. Bottom half of the 8th inning. Arkansas leading Springfield 10-6. Amarillo here in this one leading 1-0 just temporarily. And a base hit would tie up the ball game. Or close to the wall would put 2 runners in. Yeah, right there, swing and miss. The count now at 0-2. The windup and the pitch. And called third strike. Fabian goes down.
Now batting.
And they're 2 away. Well, that'll bring up the next batter up. Lucas Dunn. Dunn coming in, ready to go. The windup and the pitch. And that's a slider swung on and missed. The count now at 0-1. Top of the 6th inning coming up. 0 for 2, strikeout and a ground out. 2-1, 2 out. In the bottom of the 5th inning. Fouled off, and he'll see a dollar down. And the count now 0-2. The hue, the sun is going down, and yes, those hue colors going off the clouds. And that is called third strike, and that will be it. So no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. And we head now to the top of the 6th inning. Amarillo leading 1-0. So we'll start up the 6th with Andy Weber, Troy, and McLaughlin.
lead it off for Amarillo when we come back.
We go top of the half of the sixth inning for Amarillo right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Andy Weber coming in as we lead off the sixth inning. Wind up and the pitch as Jackson Wolf takes on 1, 2, and 3 here in this start of inning number 6. And the pitch. That one is a high fly up to left field. And Fabian in pursuit and makes the grab. And there's out number 1.
The batter, number 2.
Amarillo down to their final 5 outs tonight. Tommy Troy will lead off those 5. Is 0 for 2 and 2 ground outs. So far, we've had a pretty good night. Or should I say afternoon? We started at 4 o'clock. Now getting into the 8 o'clock hour. So 4 hours exactly. There's right there. That's a line drive base hit to right field. Murphy intercepts it in time. And now it's a 1-out single. Then McLaughlin coming in now is ready. Fouls that one off. The count now 0-1. 1 out, 1 on. 1 for 2 single and a run by McLaughlin. Pretty good right there. Wind up and the pitch. And that's going to be lofted high in the air up to right field. Murphy will have it. And there is out number 2.
The third baseman, number 4, Gino Groover.
Well, Gino Groover coming in. He's 2 for 2. 2 singles. Down to their final 4 outs. Hit the fountain at third. Flip across to Castañon, and that's the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on for Amarillo. Bottom half of the 6th inning coming up. Grant, Castañon, and Murphy will get things started. We'll have a new relief pitcher coming up as we'll be ready to go for the bottom of the 6th. Right here in the Missions Baseball Network. Bottom half of the sixth inning set to go for San Antonio. Right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, evidently, before we get started for the bottom half of six, we're going to give some scores. Arkansas winning 10-6 against Springfield. And so far, pretty good on that ball game, as that was a pretty good one. Well, Northwest Arkansas in their doubleheader leading 2-0 against Tulsa. They're in the bottom half of the third inning. Wichita and Midland tied 7, or not 7, I do apologize about that. It's the bottom half of the seventh inning, and Wichita and Midland tied 3-3. Frisco look like they're winning this one. They're 10-2 against Corpus Christi, top of the ninth inning. Amarillo leading San Antonio by 1-0 here in this broadcast. And so far, we're about ready to go. Kyle Nelson, a left-hander, coming in as he'll get on the mound for the Sod Poodles. Oh, yeah, pretty good as we're getting things going. Here is Dante Grant. Grant coming in, ready to go. The windup and the pitch, that's a swing and a miss. The count now at 0-1. San Antonio down to their final 6 outs here tonight. That one is a line drive base hit. And the Mission's trying to win another one.
The first baseman,
even though they got half an inning left to do here tonight. And then it'll be a decision header. Marcos Castañon coming in. He's 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout. As we come into this one here tonight. Bottom of 6, Amarillo 1-0 against the San Antonio Missions here tonight. And that's going to be right there. Line drive, that's a base hit. Boy, that could have been an easy double right there. Runner would have to go second to third. 2-1 and nobody out. That's a good sign right there, Bob.
Yeah, I got to say, if you could get another base hit, load up the bases, get another base hit, tie up the ball game, that'd be pretty good too.
Yeah, for sure. Guy Murphy coming in. He's the right fielder. As he'll take an inside strike in the count now at 0-1. 0 for 2. A strikeout and a flyout here tonight for Kai Murphy. And that's going to be right there. Line drive and out of play foul. And still hanging on. No balls. 2 strikes to count.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Cole.
Designated hitter is Cole Roederer. He's 0 for 2 and 2 strikeouts. Trying to get that tying run from second to go ahead at first. The windup and the pitch. That's going to be right there. That's going to get down. Line drive base hit. And that's going to get into a run and in to score. And that will tie us up. Boy, Roederer has a double with that RBI. And we are deadlocked at 1-1. Now San Antonio needs to get up there and untie the ball game. And that would put us 3 more outs here in the 7th inning for the Sod Poodles. Well, time is being called, as that will do for the reliever. And so far, the manager will get in another reliever, Matt Foster, coming in as an ERA of 270, 13-3 in the strike percentage. .154 over at 250. Not bad for his reservoir. But evidently, he's coming in this ball game pretty good. Wind up and the pitch, and that is outside the count now at 1 ball and no strikes. Fountain was 0 for 1, a walk that he had last time up.
San Antonio's got a tie-breaking run there at 90 feet. And that looks like it's going to be pretty good. Here comes the runner. And they got him. Apply the tag. And boy, that could have been dangerous right there. And we are deadlocked at 1-1 as we go to the 7th inning. Slade, Caldwell, Walters, and Ward Smith lead off the 7th inning for Amarillo when we come back. Seventh inning set to go here for the Sod Poodles, the Mission's Baseball Network. Slade Caldwell will lead it off, top of the 7th inning against Jackson Wolf. That is 5, 6, and 7. It's ready to go. The windup and the pitch. That is an inside strike. The count now at 0-1. San Antonio would have that golden opportunity of walking off here as they did last game. That one fouled off. The count now 0-2. Snowballs and 2 strikes to count. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. And there's one down.
The batter, the designated hitter, Gene Walters.
Well, that'll bring up Gene Walters as he comes in. Ready to go. Jackson Wolf, 66 pitches now thrown in. His 67th of the ball game is 0 for 2. Walters is a fly out and a ground out. Wind up and a pitch. And that's down and outside. It's 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
One ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Fouled away. The count now 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. They foul that one off. And still hanging on. One ball, 2 strikes to count. And the pitch. And that's a foul ball. Still hanging on. One more chance. 1-2. Still holding nothing back. And still hanging on at 1 ball and 2 strikes. One more time. Called third strike, and he won the duel there. And there are 2 down.
Now batting, number
Ryan Waldschmidt coming in. Go for 2, a strikeout and a flyout. And the pitch is in for a strike. And the count now at 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. And the pitch. That one skied high in the air, up to center field. Grant is under it. Makes the play, and that ends the inning. Well, we head off to the 7th inning stretch, and we are tied 1-1. And the bottom of the 7th, the Missions have a good chance of winning this one. Francisco Acuna, Evans, and Fabian will lead it off for San Antonio when we come back. Hope you had a pretty good stretch inning, but we have to get back to work for the bottom half of the 7th inning for San Antonio. Here's John Baker, and let's get going. Well, Francisco Acuna, the second baseman, comes in 8-9-1, due up against Matt Foster. That one is hit high in the air, and that is caught by the second baseman for the out. And 2 outs remain till we have an 8th inning coming up. That means in total, we would have a big night if we stay tied at 1-1. Here's the pitch. In for a cold strike. And the count now at 0-1. The pitch. And that's an inside strike. The count now at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Outside for the ball. And the count now at 1-2. Wind up in the pitch, and that's going to be fouled off. Still hanging on. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count now. And the pitch is outside again, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one is lofted high in the air. Both outfielders give a chase, and that's out number 2.
The left fielder, number 30, Albert.
Albert Fabian coming in. He's the last chance here. walk it off for San Antonio, and in the evening, and that's going to be lofted high in the air, still running after it, and then pretty much that will do it. They're still tied. We head to the 8th inning here in Game 2. Monticello, Pino, and Weber will lead it off top of the 8th, and we're deadlocked at 1-1. Well, we're going to start extra innings here in the 8th. Ward Schmidt and Gavin Conicello will get things going in the top half of the 8th inning when we come back. Set to go for extra innings here tonight as we start the 8th inning for Amarillo right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Gavin Conicello coming in now as we'll have Ward Schmidt being out there.
Now pitching for the
Well, before we get things started, Jared Kolar coming in as a four-seam curveball, changeup, and a cutter. Get something going here for San Antonio in relief. Trying to get it down to the bottom half of the 8th inning to avoid this game going even further. Well, that's a fouled off ball. The count now at 0-1. Wind up in the pitch, and that's going to be right there. Line drive. That is a base hit, getting down. And run in to score, and Amarillo will untie it.
The batter, the catcher, Renee.
So runner from second will get home safely. And it's now a 2-1 ball game for the Sod Poodles. Here's Renee Pinto as he comes in 1 for 2, a single. Trying to get out of this half inning to go.
No.
Right there, the count now at 1 ball, no strikes, 3,107. In tonight's attendance tonight. Evidently from game 1, everybody started piling in pretty good for a full house. Right there, the count now 1 and 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Time is 9:30 tonight. Swing and a miss. Got him. Well, we're
Now batting, the second baseman,
pretty much
Andy
a
Weber.
tiring day of the doubleheader, especially if you start at 4 o'clock, go for a few errors on that game, and then start a 30-minute rest period. And then literally after that, start another 7 innings. That one fouled away. The count now at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Down and in for the count now 1-2. Well, Frisco leading 10-3 against Corpus Christi. Pretty good on that one. That's going to be line drive. That's a base hit. And that'll put runners at second and third. Looks like this game is trying to get away from them.
The batter, number 2, shortstop, Tommy Troy.
Tommy Troy coming in, the shortstop. Trying to get out of this half inning before danger is fastly coming in. 1 for 3 single by Troy here tonight. Wind up and the pitch. And that's getting down. And there is no runner to advance. So far, a pretty good night thus far for San Antonio, and hopefully they could try to get in there. High fly in the air. Acuna, second baseman, will get it. And that is out number 2. So hopefully it won't be a long night of trying to find a winner here. Yeah, I gotta say, John, that would be pretty bad when you look at it. Ben McLaughlin coming in now. He's coming in for a 1 for 3 single and a run. And the pitch, that one's going to be high fly in the air. Center field Grant will have it, and that will do for this half inning. But Gavin Conicello gets that RBI, and he gets the run in to score. And now Amarillo up 2-1 against San Antonio, and the mission's down to their final 3 outs. Trying to get things going here in this one. So by golly, I'm looking at the live stream. We are 3 hours and 38 minutes in for the broadcasts. So far, pretty good on that. Well, we'll be back here for the bottom half of the 8th inning, right here in the Missions Baseball Network.
Bottom half of the 8th inning set to go here in the Missions Baseball Network. Christian Montes de Oca will be the closing door assignment prospect. 4-seam sweeper and a 2-seam fastball. Getting ready to go for Amarillo. Lucas Dunn is 0 for 3, and so far he is the man up winning run coming up to the plate for San Antonio. That's a swing and a miss. The count now at 0-1. Beautiful shot at downtown San Antonio, Tower of Americas. Lighted up beautifully tonight.
1-1.
That one is high flying. And outside, 1-1 to count. Runner is second. And the pitch, that's going to be right. Center fielder is Dante Grant. It's 2 for 3, 2 singles and a run. For San Antonio. Down to their final 2 outs.
That's a strike.
And that's a strike inside as he throws that one in. And the count now at 0-1. Wind up and the pitch. That's going to be lifted high in the air. Deep. Going deep. Going. It's gone. Oh, no, never mind. I thought it was gone for a second. Jeez Louise, that was a close call. I thought that was a 2-run walk-off right there. Oh, fly out and a tying run now at third. Right there, ground ball. And that's the ball game. Well, Amarillo wins 1, San Antonio wins 1. I'd say we're pretty much even on this evening. Well, the Missions winning 65-50. Amarillo now at 59-56, closing the door out tonight for this one. Well, it seems like Midland could have a pretty good chance of winning. Northwest Arkansas could definitely win. If by a holdup, it's 5-0 there against Tulsa. You know, and I really had my hopes up during that last play. I mean, I thought that San Antonio would have had a walk-off 2-run home run. And boy, that would have swept the doubleheader right there. Yeah, I got to say, John, it was almost that opportunity. Little more higher, and it would have been, well, I thought it was almost out of here, too. I mean, well, so far, it was pretty good right there. Yeah, that is for sure. Matt Foster gets a win. Save goes to Christian Montes de Oca. Jackson Wolf is getting the loss here in Game 2, and so far, a pretty good day thus far for both San Antonio and Amarillo both. Well, I'd say it's even. In the series that San Antonio won a game, Amarillo won a game, and so far pretty good on that. Well, tomorrow evening we're flying Chanclas, Game 3 of the 6-game set. We're back to a 9-inning contest tomorrow evening, and so far pretty good. Well, anyway, Wichita and Midland, Tulsa, and Northwest Arkansas, the final 4 clubs of tonight still going in the broadcast. And so far, pretty good. Well, anyway, for this night, we've had fun. Well, we'll see you all again later. And Bob, it was a pretty good day today, right? Yeah, I got to say, John, it has been a pretty good, decent-sized day. And so far, see what it holds out tomorrow. Man, that is for sure. Well, anyway, hope y'all have a good night. It's 10 o'clock right now. Or should I say a little after 10, but evidently we've had fun for the last, I think, 6 hours. Or 7, but anyway, pretty good night tonight.
Anyway, for all of us, have a safe travel home, and we'll see y'all tomorrow at the ballpark. Game 3 of our 6-game set against Amarillo. So anyway, have a good night.